everybody, it's Miss Sue. February is Women in STEM Month, among other things. And so the Science Sisters have decided that we would celebrate by having several Women in STEM story times. So this is the first one, and I'm going to share the book Shark Lady, the true story of how Eugenie Clark became the ocean's most fearless scientist. It is by Jessica Keating and illustrations by Marta Alvarez. And I'm reading this with permission from Jabberwocky Source Books. Are you ready? Here we go. I love these end papers. Look at how cool they are. All the different sharks. All right, are you ready? Shark Lady, here we go. It was Saturday, and Eugenie wanted to stay at the aquarium forever. She wanted to smell the damp, salty air and stare at the glittery rainbow of fish. She wanted to keep watching her favorite animals, the sharks. Eugenie pretended she was walking on the bottom of the sea. What would it be like to swim with her sharks, to breathe underwater with gills of her own? More than anything, she wanted to find out. When summer came, Eugenie's mother took her to swim in the beach at Atlantic City. Stuffing sticky gum into her ears to keep the water out, Eugenie dove down, down, down. The salt stung her eyes, but she didn't want to miss a single fish. Constellations of sea stars speckled the pebble sand, and she imagined a silvery fins standing strong on her back, slicing through the ocean current. To the others, sharks were ugly and scary, but Eugenie knew they were beautiful. As she glided through the cool water, she wished everyone could see sharks through her eyes. But the sharks were only in her mind for now. Eugenie decided to learn everything she could about them. And this time she dove into books. Whale sharks, nurse sharks, tiger sharks, lemon sharks. Eugenie wanted to know all about them. She also joined the Queens County Aquarium Society as its youngest member. Eugenie's notebooks filled with sharks. They swam in her daydreams and on the margins of her pages. At home, Eugenie's mother surprised her with an aquarium of her own. A 15-gallon tank was too small for sharks, but Eugenie saved her allowance to buy guppies, clownfish, and coral red snails. It felt as big as an ocean in her room. Their small apartment became an aquarium, a laboratory, a sanctuary. As she grew older, many were still telling Eugenie what to do. Forget those sharks. Be a secretary. Be a housewife. Eugenie wanted to study zoology, but some of her professors thought women weren't smart enough to be scientists or brave enough to explore the oceans, and they said sharks were mindless monsters. Eugenie knew better. Her dream was as big as a whale shark. So again, Eugenie dove. She plunged into every course she could take. Her laboratory became her home. From sunrise to sunset, she studied how fish grow, how they behave, and how they were put together, both inside and out. Despite all the people who didn't believe in her, Eugenie was becoming one of the smartest students in her field. Even after she earned her degree, many still doubted her. My pages are stuck. Uh-oh. Here we go. But Eugenie's work was only just beginning. Eager to make discoveries of her own, Eugenie finally dove into the open ocean. In the Red Sea, Eugenie collected hundreds of fish, including 3 new species that had not been discovered before. the Red Sea sand diver, the barred pipefish, and the volcano tripplefin. On research mission exploring the Palau Islands, Eugenie was diving alone when she encountered her first ever wild shark. She wasn't afraid. Instead, she thought it was beautiful. In Isla Mujeres, she dispelled the myth that sharks must keep moving to stay alive when she swam through dark caves, still and silent, full of resting sharks. Eugenie's daring heart grew bolder with each dive. Soon they began to call her Shark Lady. Eugenie had proven that she was smart enough to be a scientist and brave enough to explore the oceans. As her courage grew, she began to love and understand her beloved sharks more and more. But she never forgot many still believed that sharks were mindless killers. Because of their scary reputation, humans were hunting sharks all over the world. Eugenie knew that sharks weren't stupid or mean. She was determined to prove everybody wrong. Eugenie fished through her mind and developed a brilliant experiment. Could she train a shark the way a person trains a dog? Were sharks much smarter than anyone knew? Well, they were. Eugenie was the first scientist in the world to train sharks, and even learned they could remember their training for at least 2 months after. Sharks were not mindless killers. Sharks were beautiful. Sharks were smart. They deserved to be studied, protected, and loved. And Eugenie's dream was now a dream come true. Here are some facts about sharks in the back of this book. There are over 400 species of sharks, and only about a dozen are known to be dangerous to humans, and encounters are extremely rare. Eugenie once swam in a cave full of peaceful resting sharks suspended in the water. Were they really sleeping? Sharks breathe by using their gills to extract oxygen from the water. Eugenie noticed that the caves with sleeping sharks had more oxygen than usual. She believed that this extra oxygen would make it easier for motionless sharks to breathe, so they didn't need to swim to pass water over their gills. Before confirming this discovery, most people believed that sharks had to keep moving to stay alive. Sharks are apex predators. This means that they're at the very top of the food chain. Because of this, they play an important role in keeping food webs and prey populations in balance. Without sharks, ocean ecosystems would collapse. I love this book. It has a timeline of Eugenie's life. She was born in 1922. She became a doctor of zoology in 1950. And in 2014, when she was 92 years old, she went scuba diving in the Red Sea. You can learn a lot of more facts about Eugenie and sharks here at the Eastlake Library and in the links we're going to put below. Have a great day.